Yeah, when you needed me, I was always around. Now I need you, baby. You know where to be found. Got my money, and now you're gone down the road. GJ in the Sound Shack. We have had an unprecedented number of requests and questions about one song in particular, Groundhog Day. The very first song I ever wrote back in the mid-1980s, around the time I discovered this haircut. Wrote Groundhog Day. My best friend was going to sell me a motorcycle. I'd saved up about $3,500. Hard to come by, given my financial state at the time. Gave him the $3,500, never saw him again. So I wrote Groundhog Day. Have I earned the money back with the song? Maybe. But folks, I want to know how to play it. Now, funny history with this song. The first song I wrote appears on our first record, and we've played it thousands of times since then. And people ask me how to play the intro to Groundhog Day. There's as many ways to play that intro as there is the number of times I've played it. I was asked to participate in a record with Double Trouble, Chris Layton and Tommy Shannon, and they had a cast of really great folks playing on that record. Jonny Lang, in particular, was going to cover my song. He was going to play Groundhog Day and sing it. And they asked me to come in and play on the track. I thought, okay, well, Groundhog Day, cool, man. Yeah, that's the first song I ever wrote. I'd love to do that. To my relative dismay, they had this orchestra of guitar players all playing the intro exactly as it was performed on the first Big Sugar record, which I hadn't played it like that since 1991 or 2, whenever that came out. It's a bit of a challenge having to play with Charlie Sexton and Denny Freeman and Jonny Lang and everybody playing the exact intro. I couldn't show you how to do that now. I don't have any idea how that is because it was just a toss-off. But the intro goes something like this. And if you're trying to figure it out in standard tuning, as with most things with Big Sugar songs, once you find the right tuning for it, it's actually quite a bit simpler than it sounds. So this guitar, this fine Sparkle Explorer, I'm going to think it's about a 20-year-old guitar, I don't know. It was sort of a custom color that they made for a minute. And this guitar is tuned to the convenient open G, tuning I like to use a lot. And because the song's in the key of A, I capo up to the 2nd fret, kind of like with the Digging a Hole tutorial. It's open G, to capo up the 2nd fret, so it puts us in A. So I got the 5 on the bottom, and the root, then the 5, then the root, then the 3rd, then the 5th. And it makes for some real nice being able to get underneath the chord and do this walking down, kind of a bass line. So that's the beauty of having that D, or in this case an E, below the tonic of the open chord, and not having a G on the top of the chord makes me able to go. Now you can get lots of nice 7 kind of movement. One of the things that is distinctive about Groundhog Day is although there are some hard minor thirds in it, kind of bluesy note, I really think in terms of major thirds when I'm playing blues. To my 4 chords, I'll have the major third in them, and my root chord, I always sort of defer to the major third instead of that minor third. Really is only for when it really counts. If you kind of save that note instead of always playing hard minor chords just because you're playing a minor third for emphasis. I tend to think of it more as a major third. So Groundhog Day. and this money soon part. Now as I, fool, open up my heart to you. Got my money, and now you're gone down the road. So that's the basic construction of the song. Aside from that fancy-pantsy intro, having that low note to be able to get you back to A means I can sort of play contrary things with the bass notes and the top notes. And because it's an open tuning, I'm always apt to hit something in tune. The other thing of that song is middle of the phrase, I go down to that 5 chord. And the 4 chord looks kind of like, if you were to play a C natural position like in standard tuning, you'd end up with your 4 chord with that minor 7 in it. I usually leave that out. There's a nice suspended sound to that 4 chord. Got my money, and now you're gone. And there's sus4 and then to the 4 chord. Down the road. And any chance I get to let the guitar sing along with me is another thing I do on Groundhog Day. And I don't know when I do it. It's not written on a page like that. But anytime to emphasize a vocal line, I can go down the road. Once you start messing around in open G or open A, then you really do find a lot of interesting things you can do in terms of voicings, like your 4 chord, 7. You find lots of the shapes for the diminished chord for your 5 chord. The other thing about the intro and with the outro, it's like a piano turnaround with some contrary motion where you have your bass notes going down and your high notes going up, where you'd have I'm very fond of that. The other little trick in the intro, there's actually a 2 major chord that I threw in there to be a little more ragtimey. Now when you needed me, I was always around. Now I need you, baby. You know where to be found, right here. That's classic old 1920s, 1930s. Kind of a turnaround. So yeah, writing the song, I was thinking and referencing more of that ragtime era sort of guitar playing. It wasn't till, we started big sugaring it up. Got my money, and now you're gone down the road. Got my money. See that? Put the root string and then the major 3rd. Get a real nice thick sounding chord. Got my money, and now you're gone. Down the road. told you about it in the sound check.